Only thing we need to do now is go over the handouts. Let me check and see how many of y'all are on board. So far, I see 9. Is that correct? 9 of y'all? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, for some reason it's showing, I have one video that's not working, I believe, but we'll just let that go through and we will continue on. Okay. All right. Did y'all receive my handouts? Just give me a thumbs up. Did y'all receive my handouts via email? Okay, good. Of course you did. You're reading. You're on here, so that means that you read the handouts. I'm amazed that y'all are here because usually I have college students that tell me their dog died or their grandmother died 6 times and all this other stuff, and I ignore them because they're excuses. But anyway, here is what your team's page looks like. I'm just going to show you around a little bit. Here's your team's page. And of course, yours don't have 5 or 6 classes, but there's your team right there. A team is the same thing as a class. You click on it, and here is the post page. Now, what does the post page do? That's like a bulletin board, all right? If you want to communicate with the rest of the class, that's where you communicate. But let's say you want to communicate with somebody personally. You hit the chat button, and I can call up, I'll call up Miss Wiles. And let's see, is it Miss Jessica? Jessica, yeah, Miss Jessica. And I'm going to go in here and say, your cousin Billy is a nut. There we go. Okay? And she will get that. And I'll send her a picture, or I can send her a GIF or GIF, whatever you want to call it. I can send her a link. Let's say I'm going to send her to Rate My Professor, www.ratemyprofessors.com. And I just sent her a link. I can send her a file. I can send her, and I can do that with y'all on the post page. So that's how Teams works. And of course, I can send, and if you go up to the top of the page, right here, that's the conversation page. And we have 4 students who don't have their TCT info here who are watching along. That's good. Good, good, good. And I can send something here. Let's say I want to send a file, and I want to send it to y'all right now. And I'm going to send y'all, let's see, what am I going to send y'all? Let me send y'all location card. There we go. And I just replace. And I'm fixing to send that to y'all. And I just sent it. So you can send files, you can send links, and you can send anything you want to in Teams. Everybody good? Just give me a thumbs up. Now, y'all are welcome to talk. I do have a sense of humor, and I do communicate. I'm unlike many teachers. I don't sit there like I'm weaned on a pickle. So, I do have a sense of humor. So just don't abuse it, okay? Don't abuse it. All right. So that's that. So let's go over to the file page. See here? File. Click on the files page. And there, oh, I didn't add the files. So I'm going to add them right now. Wait a minute. Where are they? I'm not on the Teams page. I'm sorry. There we go. Files. And look at there. There's all the files that I sent you via email. What else will be here? Well, right up under class materials, there's going to be a new file after today called recordings. And these recordings will go by date. They will be under that file. So if you're absent or if you need to watch a video over again, then you just go in here and you hit, it's not showing up right now because I haven't saved the recording yet. I'll save it after the class and it'll be there under recording. I will also show you on my YouTube channel, which you should have been there, but we will go there. I'm having to hurry because I got a lot to cover in just an hour and a half or whatever long we got. So I'm going to go to, let's see, Hubert, H-U-B-E-R-T, and click on pink shirt. Click on playlist. Now, what class is this? Somebody tell me what class this is. You can unmute your mic. Math what? Just unmute your mic.
Math 120.
Can y'all unmute your mic? Math 120. Okay, so you don't go to Math 140. I have to tell this to college students. I have to tell college students, if they are in Math 120, not to go to Math 140. So you go to the first Math 120. Yours will be up here. It'll be called Math 120-23, but y'all are 23. But here is a Math 120 right here. Hit view full playlist. And there is the first day and the second day, like I told you to watch if you wanted to see how I taught. But you will have your own class, and it will be called Math 120-23. Everybody with me? And you can go there, or you can watch the videos off of Teams. I would ask Mr. Ritchie who your daddy is, but I'm trying to figure out Mr. Ritchie. I might know your dad also. I don't know. Who's your dad, Mr. Ritchie? Got to unmute your mic. There you go. Come on, you can do it.
Chris.
Say again, who's your dad, Mr. Ritchie?
Chris.
No, I don't believe I know him. Okay. Well, just ask. Usually, and all the Ritchies are kind of like the Wilds and the McClures. All the Ritchies, Wilds, McClures, they're all kin to each other. So
Actually, Kate Gray's my dad.
who?
Kate Gray.
Cade Gray. You tell Cade Gray he's got a big head.
I'll let you know.
Tell Cade Gray he's got a big head. All right. Okay, so let's move on. Y'all see how to get to the videos. Any problem with the videos? All right, so let's move on. Let's move on, and I'm going back to the Teams page. And we're going to look at virtual rules. Virtual rules. What will you do in virtual rules? Well, there's only one word you got to go by. Professionalism. You with me? Professionalism. Treat me like you would your employer or your parents. Now that means if you don't treat your parents good, then that's another thing. But you treat this class just like you would your work, as well as your church, as well as your family. All right? That means when you come online, you make sure I see you. Now, this is mainly written for college students. I do realize that most of y'all are high school students, all of you are high school students, and you got teachers standing behind you. I hope they're not like watching every move you make, but I realize that y'all have to attend. So I know some of these are a little overprotective, but with college students, I have to say some of this. Okay, most of y'all will be attending, you know, like you're supposed to. make sure that you keep your microphones muted unless you need a question, or unless, what if you have a question? Well, the best thing to do is, when you have a question, you see this little icon right here? You raise your hand. And you turn it off and on as needed. Isn't that neat? Now, I know y'all know what emojis are. Y'all, some of y'all don't even write words. Y'all just put emojis. That's all y'all put. You always hit the raise hand and cut it off. Raise hand, put down hand. Just like that. Okay? That's how you ask a question. Everybody with me? And you can use those if you like something somebody says, then you know, put a heart or put a smiley face or whatever the case may be. Okay? Clap your hands, smile, do all that stuff. Okay? All right. So that's that. Yeah, I don't have to worry about dogs barking because most of y'all are at school, so you don't have to worry about dogs barking. Avoid distracting sounds. I think you're good there. Okay. Now, most of y'all follow directions very well. Be ready. All you have to do is make sure you're ready. You don't have to click on anything until I send the call. Correct? All right. So that's one. Let's go over another handout. Let's go over, let's see. Let's go over hello students. That tells you a little bit about what we're going to be doing. You've already read it. Hopefully you've read it. And again, I'm usually having to deal with college students that you have to tell them to read something 5 or 6 times. So y'all look like y'all read it the first time. So I'm very pleased. Make sure that you get Teams and YouTube. Make sure you get that done. Okay? And most of y'all have done that. And I'm very proud of all of you. All right. So what's after that? My lab's math. Now, tomorrow, which means Wednesday, I will go over getting onto my lab's math. You can actually do it yourself, or you can follow this, or you can follow the handout that I sent you. Either one, it will show you how to do it. Okay? Has anybody gotten on today through Blackboard or My Lab's Math? Has anybody worked with it today? Okay. So I'll give you a quick rundown. Let me show you. So I'm going to go to Blackboard. And it won't sign me on. Okay. Well, I'll just return the login page. Hold on just a second. Let me go to another search engine. Go to Firefox. Okay, that's good. I don't really care. Start new session. Blackboard. And there's that. We got a new security system. It sends a verification code to your,
message coming in on secured channel.
to your phone every time you use it. So y'all bear with me. And you click on your class. Let's find your class. Down here, there's math 120. Y'all are 23, correct? I think y'all are. And you'll come to this page right here. Now, when you come to this page, hold on a second. When you come to this page, you look over here and you click on My Lab's Math. And it will come to this page, and then you click on My Labs. And it will give you that, and something's wrong. Evidently, something's wrong with Blackboard. Try again. And Okay, evidently something's wrong because it's not, there we go. And then you find your class. Your class will not be Math 130. Your class will be Math 120-23. You click on View Course Materials. I don't know why it's doing that. And launch Publisher website. And then once you do that, it might ask you a couple of security questions. Open My Labs. And there you are. You're done. Now, how long did that take me? 30, 45 seconds? It takes some of our college students a couple of weeks. There it is. And that's where you find your assignments and your tests, which I haven't loaded any, so you don't need to be looking for them right now. Let me go ahead and mention this to you. Homework. Your homework for this week and this weekend is to read Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Go ahead and write that down. Everybody, I need to see everybody writing that down. Read Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. And the first thing some of y'all are going to ask is, what sections? Well, that's where you go to your handy-dandy outline, and it tells you what sections. So I'm going to pull up the outline, which you should have right beside you. Let me pull it up. Hold on. Where is my Teams page? There we go. Let me close this out and go to the outline. Let me go ahead and also tell you that this is not my outline, but I will go over it. Here is the outline right there. Chapters 1 and 2, and I'll pull it up so you can see it. There's 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, 1-4, 1-5, 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, and 2-3. So that's what y'all need to be working on right now for homework for the next 5 days. Okay, because you got the weekend and you've got Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever days between now and next Monday. Okay? That's what you need to be working on. You need to be reading Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Now, what about assignments? Well, you don't need to worry about assignments till I start teaching Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. And that will probably be Wednesday. Okay? Don't worry about those dates. I very rarely go by dates anyway. So make sure you have that Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Get it reading. All right, what else we got? Let's first, middle, and last week. I have to do this because students sometimes don't listen. I know all y'all listen, but some students don't. So I have to do this. First week of class, what will we be doing? Well, the first day of class, we're doing exactly what we're supposed to. We're going over my handouts, going over syllabus, going over what's going on, and there is the grading scale. 80% will be tests and exams. Write that down so you'll know that's actually a test question on the test, and one of y'all will miss it. But anyway, that is a test question. What is the weights of Hubert's class? And somebody in this class will miss it. What is the homework weight? 20%. Because 20 plus 80 equals what? 100%. You know, y'all can talk in the chat if you want to. I'm not gonna, y'all can answer my questions in the chat if y'all don't want to unmute your mic. This is gonna be really painful if y'all don't talk during the semester. Are y'all in like the library or what? And y'all can't talk in the library. Okay, y'all gonna have to fix that because we're gonna have to talk. All right. So y'all gonna have to find a little room so y'all can converse with me. Okay. You tell Mr. Gray that I said I want you to have a room. Mr. Ritchie, will you tell Mr. Gray that for me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's move on. Zeros will be assigned if you do not complete the work. Now, y'all are in high school. Please tell me that they give you zeros if you don't complete an assignment. If you don't complete assignment, do they give you a zero? You are kidding me. Okay, well, you're gonna get zeros in here, Bubba. If you don't do the homework, you get zeros. If you don't do a test, you get zeros. Capiche? Day 2, which will be Wednesday. What will you do Wednesday? We will go over My Labs Plus. How do I give homework and exams in here? I give them online. You have 5 to 7 days to do the test. That takes care of the 3-day funerals and the 1-week funerals and all that stuff. I give you 3 attempts. Now, we'll talk about this more. Do you think I'm going to give you the same test over and over? No. It's going to regenerate, reorder. It's going to do all that stuff. And I give you 90 minutes for a 50-minute test. How do I know it's 90 minutes? Well, each question that I pick has a time limit on it that's averaged over the United States, national average, with My Labs math. So I might pick a problem. It might have 2 minutes. It might have 15 minutes. It tallies that up when I make the test out. So when I get a test of 50 minutes, that's how long it should take a student, on average, to do that test. Everybody with me? So I give you 90 minutes to take a 50-minute test. Does anybody know what I'm getting rid of? What am I getting rid of with all these things I'm giving you? I'll type it in so y'all can see. I'm getting rid of what?
Excuses.
I'm getting rid of excuses. That's what I'm getting rid of. During the semester, this is all you right here. During the semester, you need to worry about 2 things. You need to worry about the outline, and you need to worry about my class. Whether you attend my class virtually or recordings. Now, I cannot take attendance recordings. I do take attendance with you attending class. If you can't attend, it's not a big deal for me as long as you watch the recording. But I cannot take attendance by you watching the recording. And I think attendance is very important for y'all, being high school students. You need to attend this class. Capiche? All right. When I get toward the end of the unit, when do you think you have a test? At the end of the unit. How do you know you're at the end of the unit? You read your outline. So let's go back to the outline. I know I have to do this. I'm sorry. But I have to do this for some people, so just bear with me. When I get to the outline, or I bring this to class every day because I'm a good student and I don't want to ask the teacher anything because he won't answer me if he's repeating himself. So that means I won't answer you. So you bring this and look at the last section before the Unit 1 test. What is the last section before the Unit 1 test? So go ahead and somebody spit it out. I'm circling it with my cursor.
I'm trying.
Somebody say something.
It's review.
Well, that's the no. Unit 1 test, 3.5. When we get to 3.4 or 3.5, what should you, as good students, be saying to yourself? We got a test coming up. No, not college students. College students come up to me after class and they say, when are we going to have a test? I have no earthly idea when we're going to have a test. That's what I tell them. Because if they ain't got sense enough to look at this outline right here and say, okay, 3.5 is the last section. Oh, we're going to have a test soon. I'm not going to answer them. Where do we have the review? Well, if you look, we have the review. Where was that? What was that? What section was I on? I done forgot where I was. Well, whatever. Whenever we have a review, oh, that's on the middle of last week. When we have a review, we will have it where? Did anybody remember reading that? I'm going to let you read it and somebody tell me, when do we have where do we have the review? Boy, y'all's audio sucks. All right, y'all just type it in, okay? Because evidently y'all down there in Crescent, I'm right up here. I'm right near y'all. I still can't hear you. So just type it in. Type it in right here. All right. Okay. Anyway, pretest in class. I actually go over the pretest in class. Now, what do you do when you go over the pretest in class? Well, first of all, you better take good notes. Second of all, I'm going to assign the what? The dates. I'm going to assign those dates for the homework and test that day. You know who don't like that?
Me.
Procrastinators. Why don't they like that? Because procrastinators, they want the date for the homework before we even get started, so they can put it off until the last day. That's not the way I do things. If I go over 1.1, you need to be working on 1.1 homework. If I go over 2.5, you need to be going over 2.5 homework. If I go over 3.5, then you need to be finishing up 3.5 homework, and then you'll be ready for the test. If you try to put all that homework off, you're not going to be able to do it all in one night.
How do we drop this class?
Okay? So I'm talking to a lot of the guys, because a lot of the guys, males, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 or 5 of y'all. Y'all already know everything. And you will put everything off until the last minute. Right, guys? Go ahead and say yes, because that's what you're going to do. We got some female procrastinators. Any female procrastinators?
Me.
Oh, God. Okay, well, then we're just sunk then. Everybody's going to fail this class. All right, so we might as well just go ahead and drop. Tell your teacher that you're going to drop after today. Okay? That's called a joke, okay? For some of y'all, I know y'all are the Tide Pod, generation. Y'all eat Tide Pods. So I have to explain some things. Okay, that's called sense of humor. You have to have a sense of humor. All right. Any questions so far? Now, why will I go over this the second to the last week of class. Does anybody want to take a guess at why I go over this the second to the last week of class? You can type it in, type. Y'all can type. I know y'all can type with y'all's thumbs. Why do I go over this second to the last week of class? So therefore, you can't say at the end of the semester that you didn't know that. I didn't know that Hubert put in zeros for, I didn't know that. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Mr. McDonough. I hope I said that right. Dadgum, that's like 5 syllables. McDonough. All right. And that's it. Anybody have any questions so far? Anybody on classroom logistics? Anything? Nothing? Y'all feel good? Y'all all good on classroom logistics? Okay. Here's the fall academic calendar. Make sure you write down the following. This page right here. Now, y'all need to write down these also because y'all's dates, you're going to have to coordinate your dates with these dates. Here's the dates you need to be aware of. Last day of class is December the 3rd. Write that down. Last day of class, December 3rd. Did we go to class on Monday, Wednesday, Friday? Did we go to class on Friday? Then that's not your last day of class. Your last day of class is December 1st. When is your exams? December 6th through the 10th. I open up the exam for y'all the whole week. You have 2 attempts. Takes the higher of the 2. It's a 1-hour exam. I give you 2 hours to take it. Did everybody write that down? You better write it down. I give you 1 week to take it. You have 2 attempts. I take the higher of the 2. And you have 1 hour, 2 hours to take a 1-hour test. 2 hours to take a 1-hour test. I wish I could hear what y'all are laughing about. What are y'all laughing about? There's something on my head. I mean, it's not that. If you're going to share a laugh, you got to tell me what you're laughing about. Nobody's going to tell me, huh? Okay. That's all right. One day I'm going to come in and not say anything to y'all. I'm just going to mute. How frustrating is that? That's very frustrating, isn't it? Y'all suck. Y'all gonna have to speak up. All right.
It's hard for me to unmute my mic.
Well, at least you're trying, okay? At least you're trying.
That's all that matters.
Yes. I tell you, that's a lot. Let me tell you. All right. Let's move on. Make sure you write down these dates because you might need them, especially with y'all's vacations and stuff. You need to know what's going on here. Now, your vacation at school is not a vacation with us, okay? You have to attend whenever we attend, unless we have a vacation or we have no class, and you have to look in here and say, see if there's no classes. I don't know if there's any break or whatever. Here's one right here. Oh gosh, that's a joke. Anyway, let's go to fall break because that faculty staff professional, that's a joke. Fall break, October 25th. So you need to put October 25th and October 26th, know what? No class, Hubert. Thank you, class. Y'all know that's going to, if y'all stay this quiet during the whole semester, it's going to like drag this class out. It's going to make it like longer. Y'all do realize that. Can y'all talk? Are y'all allowed to talk or what? Oh, you just don't want to talk. Okay. That's fine. I'm not going to teach worth of crap. How do you like that? You don't talk, I don't teach. How about that? And you have to learn this stuff.
Unmute button and mute button don't work very well, so we're trying to unmute ourselves and it won't let us.
And you've got like echoes going on too. Oh my gosh. Okay, just forget about it and just type, okay? Lord have mercy. All right, so let's move on. Let's see what else. I think I've covered just about, okay, class courtesies. Now I have to talk about this with high school students because 17, 18-year-old males, they're the ones that I have the most trouble with because they know everything. And I've got a 14-year-old that's fixing to be 15-year-old, and he's fixing to go into the stupid years. Stupid years are between the ages of 17 to 21, and he's fixing to go into those stupid years. So, sorry guys, I'm pragmatic and I'm real. You know, unless you're gifted and talented, you're gonna probably fall into those stupid years too, because all males do. Hubert's #1 rule: I treat students the way that I want to be treated. And you know what? For 25 years, you know how many people I've thrown out of my class in 25 years? Miss Vincent, how did you know that?
I read it.
What? What?
I read it.
Read it. Wow. 3 people in 25 years. Why did I throw those people out? Well, one, they were males between 17 and 21, and they had some kind of issues. They had real bad issues. Anyway, they might have had to take medicine or something like I do. Anyway, to make the long story short, I had to throw them out. So let's not make that a concern in this class. As long as you're professional, as long as you do what I say, we shouldn't have a problem. Cell phones. That's pretty much professional. I can tell whether you're paying attention to me or whether you're paying attention to a cell phone, even virtually. I just, you know, my phone goes off. My phone went off 2 or 3 times. I didn't touch it. I have the mental capacity to not touch my cell phone when it goes off. Some people don't. It's real sad. They might need to take medication too. Attendance policy. The attendance policy at Tri-County Tech has changed. Y'all are not Tri-County Tech. Y'all are kind of like in, you know, I don't know. You're between heaven and hell, I guess. You're somewhere in between. And that means that y'all have to go with 2 attendance policies. All right. So just come to class whenever you need to. Okay. If you do that, we won't have any problems. My class follows if students work, if students work, they pass. If they don't work, they fail. Just like if you don't run fast, you don't get a trophy. Okay, period. Right? So make sure you put forth your best foot. Okay, because this is a college transferable course. Okay, in all seriousness, make sure you do what you can. Okay. I generalize when I speak. Okay, you need to turn that speaker down a little bit. I generalize when I speak. I don't sit there and go, you know what? I really don't like Mr. Ritchie. So I'm gonna make up stuff and I'm gonna talk about him during class. I got a life, okay? I got plenty of things to do. I'm not gonna sit here and try to make somebody mad at me. I generalize when I speak. So when I say, students, y'all need to do better, that means all students. That don't mean I'm picking somebody out, okay? And Mr. Ritchie, you're tough. You can handle it. Right, Mr. Ritchie? Okay. Subject line, know-it-alls. Yeah, we got a lot of those at Tri-County Tech. They already, just when you graduate, I don't know, it's something about when you graduate high school, there is nothing that you don't know. Nothing. Don't understand why they're at Tri-County Tech, but anyway, there's nothing that you don't know. So, any questions on policies and procedures? Who's got questions on anything having to do with supplies? You got a question on that? Nobody has any questions. I've covered this material so good that you don't have any questions about classroom. I don't believe that. Okay, so nobody's got any questions. Nobody wants to type in a question. Are y'all all sitting around a circular table or what?
We got a couple circle tables and a couple squares.
Okay, all I heard was, we got, so I don't know if you have a problem with your speech or it's coming in, you know.
That ain't what I speak. It's a little laggy.
Okay, you know some of these teachers don't have a sense of humor, so we can't do that very much, okay? So we can't make fun of people. Yes, ma'am, you have a question, Miss Simpson?
Yes. So everything we just went over, you emailed us, right?
What is, I didn't hear, it's breaking up. What did she say? What did you say, Miss Simpson? Or type it in the chat, please.
How do I get to the chat? Okay, here's the chat.
Y'all can type, can't you?
Hey, here I'm now.
Yeah.
Are you muted? Yes. Ask your question. Okay. So everything we just went over, you emailed us, right?
I have sent it to you, and it's also right here in the Teams file page. Okay?
Okay.
It's right. All of these are right here. Did you just add the class, Miss Simpson?
Did I just what?
I don't think this communication is going to work very well. I don't know if it's my internet or y'all's internet. Everything you went over, you emailed, right? Yes. Yes. On Teams file page.
It can't be, we just.
The Teams file page is right here. Okay. All right. Who's got another question? Just type it. If you don't know how to type it, because until we get a better connection, isn't there a room y'all can go into, or do y'all have to all go to the library? Oh my goodness, we're gonna. Okay.
Well, I thought there was a room, but I was walking towards the room and I got turned around to the library.
I told you to go to the
We're gonna
library.
be in a classroom on Wednesday.
Okay. All right. So. Well, let me go ahead and show you, since we went through the, one other thing. Well, you really don't have to. This is probably the best interconnection in the school. That's, oh gosh. Okay.
Just leave.
Oh my. Okay. Always have a plan B. Okay, always have a plan B. When you're talking about this class, you might want to download Teams on your phone or another computer. Let's say you get the flu. Oh, I'm sorry, the flu. There is no flu anymore. Flu went away. It's COVID. All right, let's say you have the signs of the flu or COVID, and you can't come to school. And that means you don't have to attend class, right? Nope. You attend class from home through Teams. So make sure, and I better type this in because make sure you have another device with Teams. You should be able to download up to 5 times. What's so funny? There's got to be a reason y'all are laughing. If you come down with the Chinese flu or the swine flu or whatever, you need to have a plan B. Does everybody understand that? Okay, so use your phone, use your home computer, whatever the case may be. Now, let's go to My Labs Math, and let's look at My Labs Math, since we've already covered most of the handouts, and nobody has any questions on the handouts. Okay. Since nobody has any questions on the handouts, I'll move on to My Labs Math. All right, My Labs Math, as we went through Blackboard, as soon as you hit this button, it takes you to this page right here. 3 buttons over here that you need to be aware of. Assignments, that's where you see your homework and your test. So assignments, homework, and test. Can y'all hear me? Okay, assignments, homework, and test. E-text, that's how you can look at chapter 1, chapter 2. You can actually print out the text. If you want to kill that many trees, print out the text by section. You can actually do that. All right, and that's how you do it through e-text. And grade book. Where is your grade book? There it is. Student grade book. Now, in college, I have to actually tell my students where to find their grade in the grade book. And it tells you what your grade is up to the minute that you take a test. Okay, so those are the 3 things that I wanted to show you. Now I'm going to go in here right quick, and I am going to fix something for you. Labs Math. I'm going to show you a test and the homework. Just give me a second. I figured I was going to have all kind of questions, but evidently y'all read. I'm not used to that. I'm used to people asking questions 5 seconds after I go over it. All right, so let me go down here. Assignment. And I'm going to go ahead and assign all chapter 1 and chapter 2 homework, so y'all can be working on it. So 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. And I'm going to go ahead and assign all of those homeworks. And that way y'all can be working on those after you finish your reading if you want to. Okay, you don't have to. All you have to do is wait till I go over them. But you can go ahead. Do not go ahead of me as far as don't go to chapter 3 when I'm on chapter 1. Don't do that because I have been known to skip and add sections. So do not go in front of me too far. Chapter 1 and 2 is all reading. So I'm not going to move from there. Let me see if I got a test down here. Let me see if, and nope, I don't. Okay, let me go back. Let me do assignments, copy, bring in an old test. Give me a second. Y'all just bear with me a minute. You'll be all right. Crap, I took my password. Okay, I'll have to do that later. Okay, so you go to your grade book or you go to your assignments and you click on the homework. Is there something wrong with him? Okay, hold on. There, I took care of that. All right, so here is your examples. And I want you to notice something. Does everybody see this button right here? Well, if it comes up. Right up here, and they have done changed everything on this. Wow. Let me go down here and find a math question. I guess they don't have help questions with these. I'm gonna have to find another question. Hold on. I'm not used to these reading questions, so let me get out of this. Leave page. Let me go down to 2.1 or 2.2. Let me try that. Okay, there's the homework question. Somebody's messed with this. Okay, there it is. All right, you see where it says down here, get more help? Right here, get more help. This tells you that you can watch a video, textbook, StatCrunch, ask my instructor. Let's say that you don't have any idea. You watch a video, shows you how to do it. You go and you hit play. If it will, there you go. And it shows you how to do it. Okay, that's the video. And you do go through the video and you still don't know how to do it. Well, you hit ask my instructor. This is what I go over with you in class. So like when y'all get started and you say, please go over this. Please go over this. Send. And then when I pull up my email for the next day and go to the 120 folder, it will be there eventually. It's not there right now, but it will be there. And I will pull that up and I will do that for homework, whatever questions you send to me. Okay? Mr. Linker, I don't see your face. I see the top of your head. Thank you. Any questions on that? Okay, y'all still not going to talk. Okay. That's the homework. So right now, y'all should be working on homework and reading on chapter 1 and chapter 2. And getting on my lab's math. Question, gripe, complaint? How many of you have gotten on my lab's math right now? Anybody? Okay, Miss Vincent, did it take like 2 or 3 hours or were you able to do it? Okay, so it didn't take a half a day to do it, correct? Oh my gosh, this is gonna have to, they're gonna have to fix this. This is gonna be, oh gosh. Anyway, I hear myself talking when y'all turn on y'all's microphones. They're gonna have to fix this. All right, let me go ahead and call the roll, and I'm gonna let y'all go early today. But one reason is because it's y'all's first day. The communication is not where it needs to be for this class. They need to fix that. I hope they can. Please tell they need to get y'all a room if possible. And because when I start teaching, y'all are going to have questions and it's going to be hard for y'all to get them if the communication is not set up. So now I'm going to need you to unmute your mics and I'm going to call the roll by your last name. And I need you to say here or not, all right? Just turn that down. Turn that down. Lord,
Mine's unmuted.
Because if we have more than one, it doesn't.
Well, mine's unmuted.
hold on, I'm trying to find
Well, it's called
another way.
unmuted.
Just stand by. I'm going to. I have to pull up CCTC to get y'all's opinion. If y'all can turn your volumes down, there won't be that feedback. And I'm going to turn the recording off.